Got another bonus session for you today. This one is on the Files app. Now, my friends, I explained to you in a prior session, in our Files app session, that it is possible to add your folders to the dock. And I even showed you that I have a folder on the dock that was put there, I guess, by iPad OS, and it's the Downloads folder. VoiceOver seems to refer to that section of the dock as Utilities, and then it says the name of the folder. What I couldn't show you is how easy it is to access the files within that folder. I told you could long press it and choose Open, but there was a little glitch where for a couple of versions there, or a few versions, the folder, the files were not being spoken if you didn't actually open up the folder. If you would look at them in this easier way, VoiceOver would not read the names of the files. Well, that's been corrected, praise God, in iPadOS 26.4, and I knew that, but of course I wasn't at liberty to share it, and because I take those NDAs very seriously. And so, praise God, we can share it now. And so I want to remind you, first of all, how you add something to the dock. So let's open up the Files app first.
Photos.
Now, we wouldn't normally need to do this to access the files in a folder that's been added to the dock, but I want to show you again how you add a file to the dock. How you add a folder, to the dock.
Files, More, button.
And I'm just going to pick
Hide, Recents, Share, Favorites, Downloads, Location, Selected, iCloud Drive.
All right, iCloud Drive is already selected, so I'm just going to pick a random folder here and pretend that I'm going to add it to the dock. I'm not really going to, but...
Left Behind, Logic Pro, Messages, Megan, folder.
Okay, there's a folder. These are all folders that I just passed by, but we'll use this one. And I'll long press it, and you will hear the option as I swipe to the right through the Quick Actions menu.
Copy, button.
Going to move fairly quickly, swipe to the right a whole bunch of times without letting it speak because it's pretty far down on the list.
Compress, duplicate, new folder with item, manage shared folder, button.
Happens to be a shared folder.
Tags, button.
There's our tag option, remember that.
Add to, button, collapsed.
And there it is, add to, and it's collapsed. So when I expand that,
add to, collapsed, favorites, button.
You have favorites, and you have
dock, button.
Dock, and
dismiss context menu.
We will dismiss that. But if I had wanted to add it to the dock, I'd have just double tapped on dock. Now, I do believe that if the folder were already in your favorites, then it would just show add to dock, and it would show maybe remove from favorites or something if I remember correctly. Or maybe you have to remove it another way. To be honest with you, I don't use favorites very much, but I did notice when I long pressed on downloads within the favorites section. Let me show you that.
More, hide sidebar, recents, share, favorites, button, heading, expanded, downloads, button.
Now, that's not the actual downloads folder itself because the downloads folder is located in iCloud Drive. I would find that under locations. But this is the shortcut to it in the favorites section. And listen to what's in here if I long press.
Open in new window. Preview.
Again, we're going to swipe to the right a bunch here, but listen to this one.
Rename downloads. Remove from sidebar. Button.
Remove from sidebar. So maybe if it's in favorites and you want to remove it, that's how you have to do that. All right. Anyway, we've added something to the dock for pretend. I already have something on my dock. It is downloads. So let's get out of this Files app and go back home.
White text and icons.
All right, I'm on the home screen. You can hear my icons, some of them.
TV, news, settings, page 1 of 6.
Now we're going to go to the dock as I swipe right.
Do not disturb. Do not disturb.
Well, that's there because I'm recording a voice memo, but that's okay.
Page 1 of dock, messages, Safari, music, mail, notes, calendar, photos, one photo stream update.
That is the
double tap to open.
Left-hand side of the dock. Keeping going to the right as we continue on, we're going to go to the suggested apps area.
Suggestions, files, YouTube, Zoom. Double tap to open.
And one more swipe, we're going to go to what VoiceOver is calling the utilities area with my folders, which I have one of.
Utilities, downloads.
Now,
double tap to open.
As I demonstrated before or described before, you can long press this to get the option to open the folder. And that's fine. That's still a quick way to get to it without having to go through the Files app. But there's an even quicker way to access the contents. Double tap it. Now I'm going to double tap on downloads here on the dock.
11:20 p.m.
It doesn't seem like anything has happened, does it? But touch the dock and start swiping to the left. We're going to go to the left of the apps on the dock now.
Dock, calendar, notes, mail, music, Safari, messages.
And again.
Double tap to open.
Left again.
GMT 2026 GMT.
Why are there so many that starts GMT? Because these are all my Zoom recordings that I download to publish these sessions. Let's see if I can find something else that's not GMT just to prove to you that it's all my downloads here.
GMT CIX 4900 2023 underscore 01 underscore 06 Hoppers A underscore Christmas underscore story underscore BA underscore CTK Apple iPhone deals sales on the new iPhones. Zoom use installer full.p boarding pass button. Ben Sound Hey button. W9 underscore instruction button.
And what these are is these are all my files. They're showing up here right on the home screen. And so we've got, for example,
boarding Ben Sound Hey.
My boarding pass for the Artemis 2 moon mission. I'm not really going to the moon. It's a virtual guest thing you were able to do. Ben Sound Hey is a royalty-free.
Ben Sound Hey. Ben Sound Hey. Actions menu.
A little song. We'll play it.
Share. Ben Sound Play. Ben Sound.
You get the idea. So look, and what that did now is that actually brought me into the Files app.
Pages iPad test GMT Ben Sound recents heading.
And it put me in recents. So if I want to go back to locations or whatever, I could certainly do that. But now we'll swipe up to go home. And we'll see if they're still there.
Music, so message page 1 of 6.
Okay, they went away. If you want them to show again, you just double tap on downloads down here at the bottom, swipe left, and you'll find all your downloads. And if you want them to go away without choosing one, you just swipe up and do the go home gesture. And again, it doesn't have to be downloads. That's just the one that's on my dock. I could have more than one. I could have as many folders as I want, I suppose. I don't know if there's an actual limit. I think at some point, if you can see, it would get to the point where it wouldn't be legible, because as you add things to the dock, as you add items to the dock, each item has to get smaller and smaller in order for it to fit on there. And I think even from a voiceover perspective, you would sort of be eventually at a point where you'd say this dock is too, just too much stuff on it. So, that's personal preference. But you definitely can add more than one folder. And that is how easy it is, my friends, to view the stuff that's in the folder without actually having to open it. As cited, folks have been able to do that since 26.0. And we had, I think, well, it doesn't matter. It was a point where it worked, and then there was a point where it stopped naming them. And now they are named again by VoiceOver. Praise God. So very, very happy that Apple addressed that, and I could show it to you now. And so hope that's been a blessing to you. God bless you. We'll see you again very soon.
11:23 p.m.